Audio is 50% of video, or even more than that, and that's why I see so many creators buying really expensive microphones. But even in the low-cost bracket there are some big hitters. Like this one, the Fifine K669 sounds great for just 30 bucks on Amazon. But it's kind of restricting, as you have to sit just in front of it for it to sound its best, and you can't really move wherever you want. And that's where this comes in, the Boya M1, because now I can just walk all the way across the room without any problems. You can hear me perfectly. And you wanna know the best part about it? It's only $15.
The Boya M1 and the agptek no-name mic both target the $10 and $20 price points, which is inarguably really cheap, with the Boya being $5 reduced on Amazon right now. That one also has a thin 6-meter long cable, which you can connect directly to your camera if you want to. And what's that? You don't have a camera or DSLR? Well, fortunately, with the inline controller, you can switch between camera and off/smartphone for recording with your phone, so this shouldn't be an issue. The agptek's cable is 2 meters long, and it comes with some neat stuff besides the microphone itself too, like a carrying bag, the microphone itself, which I already mentioned, a pop filter, a thin plug adapter, a 4-pin to 3-pin adapter, a clip, a replacement clip, and a replacement pop filter. On the other side, we also have the Boya, which also comes with some neat stuff, like a carrying bag, a clip to clip it or alternatively tape it onto your shirt, a pop filter, and an LR44 battery for recording with a camera. That battery lasts pretty long. So I guess that's it then. I mean, I have everything set up, right? So time to shoot my video, I guess. Except we forgot one thing. The sound! Actually, it isn't really that dramatic because we already showed that in the beginning, but let's just pretend that's not the case.
Both of them are omnidirectional condenser microphones, which very simply means they pick up sound from any direction and have a slow-ish fall-off. But let's tackle the really important question here. Do they sound any good? And I mean, you can just tell for yourself.
So in this sound comparison, I'm just going to tell you to subscribe to YOOT, because if you subscribe, you'll get weekly tech content, ice cream, more ice cream, and actually an afterlife.
So what do you think? It's pretty obvious to me personally that the Boya is way better. It sounds a lot clearer, and when comparing to the agptek, which really only captures the mids and is lacking a lot of the presence that comes from the lows and the clarity of the highs, which already shows that you shouldn't cheap out too much because you are gonna lose a lot of the sound. But what about noise isolation? I said earlier that they were omnidirectional microphones with a slow-ish fall-off, which kind of seems to suggest that they just pick up absolutely everything, but that actually isn't the case. Because even though condenser microphones tend to have a much lighter fall-off than dynamic ones, the signal still does drop off. And also your body just blocks a lot of the sounds that come from the back and from other unwanted directions. So let's see how they compare in the wild.
So right now I am sitting here recording with these mics and with a lot of noise in the background. I tried to do a video at a sidewalk, but that kind of failed, so oh well. Now, you can probably already hear the differences between them. The Boya mic picks up less of the background noise and sounds clearer, which will be at least part to its better high-frequency recording capabilities, whereas the agptek really just picks everything up the same. And even in a more reasonable scenario, we see the same pattern continued. The Boya handles background noise really well, while the agptek just does its best to pick up sound at all.
If we're already talking about this mic, let's say some more, because it's really not good. And although I do want to say that it's kind of what you can expect for the price, the Boya M1 is only $10 or right now $5 more, and it sounds far better. The sound, even though not phenomenal in the grand scheme of things, is way more detailed than the agptek, and it's also better with handling background and wind noises.
This is why if you're on the hunt for cheap lav mics, we'd strongly advise you to spend a bit more and go for the Boya or even something like the Deity V-Lav. And by the way, stay tuned because a review of that might be coming at some point too. I don't even know what to do with you anymore. Oh. Maybe the mic isn't that bad.